Good morning, Pioneers. Today is Friday, February 25th, and this is PTV. We're starting today's show with a huge shout out to state champion Hannah Jackson, who pinned her final opponent yesterday to win first place in the Kansas 5A 6A wrestling tournament. Jackson's been a state finalist for the past 2 years, but came away with the win this year. Our other two female wrestlers are bringing home medals from the state tournament as well. Jackie Goodman finished in 5th place and Avery Johnson finished in 6th place. Congratulations to all three ladies, way to represent Leavenworth. Today and tomorrow, the boys state wrestling gets underway with 5 of our wrestlers competing. Julian Long, Joshua Kosminski, Chiron McMurray, Daniel Lowe, and Mitchell Horrigan are looking to follow up on the girls' success. Good luck, guys. Pin to win. In more state news, both boys and girls bowling teams qualified for the state competition this week. They'll head to state next weekend. Good luck with the rest of your season, bowlers. Our athletes are kept fit by the school's athletic trainers, who work hard in order to know the best ways to treat injuries on and off the field. Here's PTV's Annalise Murphy with a piece on the school's athletic trainers.
Our athletes' athletic training program is so important to our athletes and students within our school. These trainings help students support and take care of our athletes before, during, and after games. The athletic training program is ran by Mr. Ron, not the nurse, but the person who takes care of our athletes and these young trainees.
Hi, my name is Gigi Ross. I'm an athletic training intern at the high school. Basically what the program does is we're there to tape, put ice on injuries, use the game ready, use the muscle stem, roll out tight muscles, and honestly just support all athletes that need us. I personally, for my future, want to go into nursing, maybe even the military. And so this is a great opportunity for me to learn people skills and communication skills and to gain more knowledge of medicine. And this is my first year doing it. You can only do it as a junior, senior, and this year I'm a junior, and I will also be doing it next year.
Thank you, Gigi, for your kind words about such an amazing program. The great experiences and learning from this program is so important to our athletes and trainers' futures, depending on what they want to go into. Thank you to Mr. Ron and this program and the students that work within it. Be sure to say thank you to all of these trainers when you come and see them.
Thanks, Annalise. Next up, we have PTV's Sam Valencia with a story about some famous pioneers. February is Black History Month, so Sam took a walk through the Alumni Hall of Fame on Main Street and has a spotlight about a few of our accomplished alumni, including Mr. Richard Warren, who the middle school is named after.
Hello, Pioneers. Today we are talking about Black History Month, like when it started and remarkable people that changed this community by what they do in their life. Americans first realized February as Black History Month in 1976. President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month as a way to honor the work and the accomplishments of Black Americans. First, we will check in with our librarian, Miss Miller, who tells us what she knows about Mr. Warren, who the middle school is named after.
Mr. Warren was a lifelong resident of Leavenworth. He was one of the first Black educators in our community. He was a member of the Bethel AME Church. He was involved in philanthropic endeavors in town. I was the first Black principal in Leavenworth, as I understand, was a coach, teacher, and was so beloved by the community that when the new middle school was built here in town, the community and the school board decided to honor him in naming the new middle school Richard Warren Middle School after him. I think it's a great legacy, to remember him and naming the school after him. Education was important to him, and to have a building named after you, a school building, in a community that you loved and lived in is a great way to be remembered for forever. So I think it's something that he did very much care about, and I think it's something that would mean an awful lot to him.
In Main Street, there are pictures of other famous people that has changed this community, like Wayne Simeon and Lisa Henry. Simeon graduated from Leavenworth High School in 2001. He was a basketball player standout here. After high school, he played basketball at KU. Then he was selected in 2005 NBA draft by the Miami Heart. He went on to win the NBA championship there in 2006. Lisa Henry graduated from Leavenworth High in 1986. Henry is a singer who sings jazz music. She began singing in the Baptist church, and by the age 12, she was singing music of Billie Holiday and Miles Davis. Henry still performs today and has been featured in a documentary and the BET television station.
Thank you, Sam, for this story. Are you a junior looking to prep for next year? PTV's Liam Mandeville interviewed the fabulous Mrs. Fairley to see what juniors can do to prepare for their last year of high school.
As the class of 2023 senior year approaches fast, a lot of juniors have started making plans for their future. This comes with many different questions, many that have to do with scholarships. I've decided to talk to Miss Fairley to hopefully help answer some of those questions that have been on the mind of the class of 2023.
First of all, we need to make sure that our grades are in order. There are a couple of basic things that I have been preaching throughout the year for seniors to have in order to make the scholarship process easier, and that is to have your personal statement done, to have your transcripts together, and to have your letters of recommendation. It will make your process so much easier. So we'll start there. And then the second would be, of course, check your Google Classroom often. I post scholarships every single day. I also put them in the scholarship drawer in guidance. So there are a couple of different ways that you can get those, or just come in and see me and we can set up a scholarship session.
Miss Fairley recommends that students here at LHS start applying for scholarships as soon as they can.
Right away, as soon as they are published. I tell students, because scholarships are not a guarantee, you need to take advantage of everything that is published. That means from the beginning of the year when they're first published to probably the last of the year, when maybe April, I think, is the last one that may surface. But I think from beginning to end, just take advantage of everyone.
Mrs. Fairley also recommends that you use your scholarship money right away, as many scholarship organizations don't hold on to your money for you.
Typically, no. I have not heard of that situation. If you are not planning to attend college immediately in the fall of 2022 and you get scholarships, I can almost guarantee you that the scholarship committees out there who have raised money, worked hard and raised money all year, will not hold those scholarships because other kids can utilize those. So absolutely not.
It is also very important to close your own financial gap when preparing for college. This is why Miss Fairley recommends that you apply for as many scholarships as you can before graduation.
Yes, I do, because I preach this just like a pastor, and I'm not a preacher. But I tell students all the time, you have to close your financial gap. And in order to do that, your college is going to only give you so much money, and then you're going to be stuck with whatever is left over. So unless you have a tall bank account sitting there holding that money for you to go to college, you need to apply for some local scholarships to close your financial gap. So take advantage of every single scholarship.
Finally, here's some last important messages from Mrs. Fairley for our senior class of 2023.
Your junior year this year. So I'm going to preach it like I always preach it. Get those letters of recommendation, get your personal statement, and make sure those grades are in order. So when that transcript prints, you look very marketable on paper. So get those 3 documents together and you should walk right into scholarship season with no issue.
Hopefully that answers some of the questions that the class of 2023 might be having this semester. This has been Scholarship Information with Liam.
If you have any questions about scholarships or other issues for seniors, please feel free to talk to your counselor for more information. Did you grow up watching cartoons? Do you still remember waking up to watch your favorite shows on the weekend? PTV's Jacob Baltazar is here with a story on 2000s cartoons.
Hey everyone! In the past few years, streaming services have been dominating the video landscape for kids. Most kids don't know what it's like watching cartoon shows on TV channels with those 5-minute commercial breaks. So, let's take a step back into our childhood and look back at nostalgic 2000 shows that we can still enjoy today. First up is What's New Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo has been an iconic show since the 70s. If you somehow don't know, Scooby-Doo is about 4 teenagers who look more like they're in their mid-20s, along with Shaggy's talking pet dog, Scooby, who investigate various crimes that were committed by some sort of monster. Although the basis of the show gets repetitive, it is still interesting with a new monster and location every episode, and Scooby having multiple human-like personalities. During my childhood, I always enjoyed watching the opening theme because it was most memorable to me. Next is Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry is about a mouse named Jerry constantly outsmarting a cat named Tom, who is always coming up with devious plans to catch Jerry and has them backfire on him in the most hilarious ways. What's great about Tom and Jerry is their hilarious rivalry of cat and mouse. This show has been popular since the 60s because of its use of music and sound effects and its slapstick comedy, and it has made its way into our childhood shows. Lastly is Danny Phantom. Although it's not a classic, it is one of my favorite 2000 shows. Danny Fenton, a teenage boy who gains ghost powers through an accident in his parents' lab, takes on a secret identity hero role of Danny Phantom to save his town and the world from ghost attacks, all the while struggling through a stereotypical high school. The character development and the ghost powers of Danny Phantom made the show super unique and enjoyable. Now here are some honorable mentions with this short nostalgic edit.
Thanks, Jacob. Those cartoons bring back a lot of memories. Finally, today we have some information about choir programs and upcoming auditions for the students looking to get involved in choir next year. Here at Leavenworth, we have several different choirs for students who love to sing. We have 3 different audition-based choirs, including a cappella, concert choir, and Power and Life. Each choir has open auditions for any student at LV, and the students who take part have several opportunities to perform and achieve honors. There are annual choir concerts in both the fall and spring. Students also have opportunities to perform the national anthem at sporting events and participate in special events like the Jazz Showcase in state and national choirs. Our choirs worked hard and have received several awards and honors. We have 3 national choir winners, multiple state gold medalists, and a Power and Life choir has received a 1 rating and brought home trophies from competitions in Branson, Missouri. So those of you who will be here next year, here's some important information about upcoming auditions. If you are interested in auditioning for a cappella, concert choir, or Power and Life, you need to stop by the choir room, room 200, next week to select an audition time. Sign-ups will take place from February 28th to March 4th, and auditions will take place the following week, beginning March 7th. See Mrs. Baxter in room 200 with any questions. Finally today, we close with a performance by the Power and Life Choir. Soloists Caleb Denny and Gigi Mitchell sang Ain't No Mountain High Enough with the Power and Life Choir.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby,
just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry, you don't have to worry. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Remember the day I set you free, I told you you could always count on me, babe. From that day on, I made a vow, I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain